Good morning. This is Mark Freckleton. I'm here to answer any questions you might have and just to let you know what comes next in your mentoring. Uh, you've completed session 2, which means that you have now heard about all of the major products that Wake Up Now has for you. You've learned about TaxBot, One Finance, the Vacation Club, the uh, One MD, One Personal Assistant, the One Protect, and the One Speak language learning. Now, why have we spent so much time talking about the products? Well, the reason for that is because, well, for twofold. First of all, you should be a product of the product because they do you so much good. They make your life better. Remember, the slogan that I'm using for Wake Up Now is real products for a better life, or real solutions for a better life. Well, the products are the solutions. So that's why we talk about them in the first place. Uh, if you can call 1MD instead of having to go to Instacare to get some immediate information about a condition, that's a better life right there. If you can save money on your income taxes, pay less in taxes because you are able to just deduct more because of your business, then you're better off. And so that's the first reason why we do. The second reason, though, why we talk about the products is because, well, that thing of becoming a product of a product means you're living the one life. And if you're living the one life, you're a Wake Up Now person. And a Wake Up Now person then has these products on his or her mind all the time, to the point that it becomes like your occupation. Now, everybody has some kind of an occupation. It could be that you're a lawyer or a letter carrier. It could be a plumber or a school teacher. Maybe you're a stay-at-home mom. Maybe you're retired. Whatever, that's your occupation. Even if you're an unemployed bum, that's your occupation, right? But if you're a Wake Up Now person, then part of your occupation is Wake Up Now. So it's on your mind. And here's where we're going to talk about that. See, it's a part of your thinking, it's a part of your conscious thought, and you're ready to share anytime you see an opening. So let me describe a potential opening. You're talking to someone and they mention that even though they got a raise sometime in the past 6 months ago or so, they don't feel like they're getting ahead because things are just as Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I'm going to keep saying that uh, because, yeah, I disconnected my microphone, and that, of course. Oh, okay. So the reason that you want to be a product of the product is because if that's on your mind all the time, not only are you benefiting from the goodness of these products, but you're able to build your business, because when you are aware of what the products are and then you see an opportunity to share, it just comes naturally to you. So case in point, uh, somebody you're talking to or engaged in a group conversation or whatever complains about how, yeah, he's making more money now because he got a raise 6 months ago, but he's not getting ahead. As a matter of fact, things are tighter because he's spending more. He has more obligations. Well, that's just human nature, isn't it? If you start making more money, it's your tendency to start spending more money, right? Now, what you should do is have a plan where that extra money you're now earning goes into something constructive, productive, that's going to increase your wealth. But most people spend it instead. So, well, that's what One Finance does for you. See, One Finance, you see everything you own, everything that's flowing through your own personal money life. There on the screen in front of all your assets, all your liabilities, all your spending is visible there, and it's like the evil drug king that has a gigantic estate, and in some room in the mansion is a bank of monitors connected to the security cameras all over the place, where the security people can see if someone's climbing over the wall or hiding behind a tree, because the cameras are picking everything up. So they can see the entire estate at one time for security's sake. Well, on a positive note, when you do that with One Finance, then you get to see everything in your financial life in one place. It's your money central. And so you can keep track of things, and then money doesn't get lost. Now, it's lost if it gets spent and you don't know where it went. You can't account for it afterwards. Well, that was lost. Okay, that doesn't happen when you're actively using One Finance. Uh, and well, see, if this person is complaining about his financial standing, now you've got this golden opportunity, an opening there where you can empathize and say, oh, yeah, I hear what you're saying. That is always a hassle. It's always so difficult because it just seems that your expenses go up as your income goes up. But I've been using this fantastic tool that helps me with that and helps me address that, so it doesn't happen anymore, because I can account for everything. It's One Finance. It's part of my Wake Up Now membership. It sets up a budget for me, so all I have to do is make the right decisions, but I don't have to try and figure everything out. And it also sets me up with a plan where I can accelerate the payoff of all my debt, so I can get out of debt a lot faster. And it just makes things so much easier for me. It's a wonderful tool. Well, this person now knows whatever he needs to know whether he's interested or not, right? And if he expresses any interest at all, well, don't go into a long-winded discussion, because you might talk yourself out of the referral. Just say, oh, well, if you want to know more about that, I'm going to have the guy that helped me with it give you a call. And he'll be able to explain to you, so you can ask all the questions you want. He's more knowledgeable than I am, right? Then think of an excuse to change the subject. So You know, what you want to do then is be that one person where these products are always there in your mind. It's like part of your occupation, or whatever your occupation is. If you're a school teacher or a letter carrier, a lawyer, a plumber, a stay at home mom, completely retired, or just an unemployed bum, whatever you are, that's your occupation. That's how you spend most of your time. But if part of your occupation is that you are a wake up now person, not so much that you're an IBO, because the IBO is a independent business owner, but it's very possible to be a business owner and still be apathetic about it, still not do anything. So you want to be the wake up now person, so it's part of who you are, so that if that young mother with 3 kids under the age of 6 mentions that she has a real challenge when one of the kids gets sick, because how do you get medical information so she knows how to treat them, short of paying $150 at Instacare or waiting until next week to get an appointment with the doctor. And then she goes to the doctor, she's got to take all 3 kids with her, and they're all under the age of 6. And so she's got to be in the exam room with the doctor looking over the kid with the other 2 kids in tow. And that's always pleasant, isn't it? So you just say, oh yeah, that sounds like it's a real challenge. Sounds like it'd be very difficult to do. I admire you for taking care of it, and you love your kids, you want what's best for them. I've been using this service that allows me to make a phone call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, anytime, day or night, and talk to a board certified physician over the phone and ask all the questions I need to and get the information I need. So I know whether I need to go to the doctor or just take a couple of Tylenol, go to bed, or just gut it out, right? But the doctor knows what I should do, and I get that advice immediately. It's just part of a service I have through Wake Up Now. Boom, there you go. How could she respond to something like that? Could she get offended? Could she respond negatively? Well, you didn't push her. You applied no pressure. You didn't try to sell her anything. You just talked about your own experience relative to the topic that she brought up herself. So she can't be offended. Now, she might be apathetic. That's a possibility. Some people are like that. They can't get excited about anything. But more likely, she's going to like it. She's going to accept it. She's going to say, hey, tell me about that. And again, then you just tell her that you're going to have someone give her a call to explain it. She can ask all the questions she wants. Now, see, the reason that this is going on is because you are listening. You see that? You're not selling. You don't have a overt agenda. It's kind of passive prospect probing. You're probing the prospects just like a salesman would, but let me show you how you're doing that. Keep this in mind. The fundamental primary principle of good communication and rapport is that the subject matter of your conversation should be the person you are talking to. The topic could be anything. The topic could be the new NBA season. It could be the weather, local current events, an earthquake over in China. It could be 19th century French Impressionism. But whatever the topic is, the discussion is going from the point of view and allowing your conversation partner to express personal feelings and thoughts and opinions about the topic. How do you feel when you have this accepting and listening audience as you spout off on your opinions? Doesn't that feel pretty good? Well, how is this person going to feel then when you are listening and inviting the person to talk about their feelings? Now, how do you invite them to do that? Well, that goes hand in hand with this principle that you control the direction of the conversation when you ask questions. Because your question names the topic that we go into next, right? Whatever you ask about. Now, that has to be the right kind of question. A yes or no question is kind of a stopper. You use the yes or no question to establish a point of agreement. So what you're telling me is that if you had a better way to keep track of your deductible expenses, where you didn't have to keep the paper in a file for the whole year, that it would make it a lot easier for you to do your income taxes. Is that right? Okay, that's a good yes or no question. But how did you get to that point? You got to that point by asking question or open-ended questions with question words. Question words are words like why, how, what, who, when, where, that open up conversation, because it then requires that person to explain something, you know? So what are you doing right now to keep track of your business expenses? Oh, you're doing that, huh? How does that work for you? Oh, I see. So you're not satisfied with it. Okay. Well, what do you think you could do better? Well, why would you think that that's going to improve the situation, and so forth, right? Well, you just gradually bring them around to where you want to go. So now, starting off, you might not have a clue as to what this person's warm spot or hot button might be, right? You don't know anything about the person. Now, if it's someone you already know that, oh yeah, well, Molly here has 3 kids under the age of 6, and kids are always getting sick. So I wonder if she has a good way of dealing with that. Let's talk about her kids for a minute. Well, how are the kids doing? And if they ever get sick, what do you do about it? Ah, there we go. See, now you got a direction. Or you know that you know, Frank here is a little frustrated financially. Then you say, how are things going since you got your raise? Since you got your promotion? Have you got a plan so that you can put some of that away to make things better for the future? Okay, see what he's doing. So that's what you do, is you use these open-ended questions to find out how the person feels about things. And as soon as the person expresses an idea of desire, want, need, concern, frustration, a problem that could be addressed by any one of the Wake Up Now products, you've got the product to talk about, and they brought up the frustration. So all you're doing is addressing their invitation to help them, right? They're asking you to help, and now you got something to help with. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so let me just finish up here. Oh, does anyone have any questions? I don't know if I invited you to ask them. But let me just say that whenever you're talking to someone, now if you are meeting to talk to them about TaxBot, okay, well, in that case, that is, I'll admit, and I don't want to make you scared or anything, but that is closer to a sales call, because you know what they are interested in talking about from the get-go. But what I don't want you to do is just start off and saying, well, TaxBot is this, and it does this for you, and you need this because they might not feel that way yet. So you don't want to offer them a solution to a problem that they haven't stated yet, or you don't want to offer them a solution to an unmet need that they haven't voiced yet, right? So make sure before you start talking about TaxBot that you have gone through the procedure of finding out how they feel about taxes and their finances in general. And are they looking for a better way of doing it? Okay, now the referrals you got, well, and I'm not with the challenge team, so they set their own rules, but they want to make sure that everyone that comes in is set up correctly. So what I would do, Nadine, is I would just finish sessions 3 and session 4 as soon as you can. Now, if this person, well, you're the one that's meeting with someone. This person this afternoon is just ready to go and all excited, and you want to strike while the iron's hot. Then send the information to me. Okay, the contact information and something about them. But see, next session we're going to talk about what you need to know about the person to make it a good referral. So you want to get session 3 and session 4 done as soon as you can, and you'll get the invitation for session 3's schedule this morning. Okay, and then we'll get you going. Yeah, I think, I like your attitude. Let's put it that way. I think you're doing great. So, well, by all means, let's keep things going, huh? And I want to thank you for your participation, and I want to thank you for being here. Wish you the best for a fantastic day today, and we'll talk to you soon. Oh, so there's more to it. Okay. So she knows enough about it that she feels she wants it. But is she talking about TaxBot as a product, or is she talking about Wake Up Now as an organization? That'll make a difference. Because if she's talking about just signing up for Mary Kay team with TaxBot, well, that's good. It'll give you volume, but it wouldn't have the same impact if she wants to become a Wake Up Now member. So what I would do is I'd still stand by what I was saying, is let her tell you about why she wants something. But then and let her express a desire to you. I mean, if she says it, it's true, right, in her mind. And so let her express that desire to you before you start talking about TaxBot. And if you feel competent to tell her all about TaxBot, then you don't really need the challenge team, because it's a product. You could sign her up for TaxBot on that on the select products page on the hub. Now, as an F3, I was told the Explore pack is $100. It is. As an F3, you make $600. They only take $100 of that for the Explorer pack, and you pocket $500. You get $500 in your wallet. So that is true. That is true. That's one of the nice benefits of being an F3, is you get $50 off on the Explorer pack. So obviously, Nadine, you're not just a beginner here, are you? You're doing very well. So I want to thank you for being here. Oh, and if you got another question, hurry and post it so I don't cut you off. But look forward to talking to you again.